everybody. This is an energy update from me, Chase Buttice, psycho-spiritual consultant. I just wanted to check in with you all because I feel like it's been kind of a crazy last week, and I wanted to see how you guys were doing because I woke up this morning and I was like, I need to make an energy update about what's been going on. So we had, we've moved into a time where now we're moving past this Capricornian energy and into Aquarian energy. And currently we have 5 planets in Aquarius. At the time that I am recording this, the moon is in Aries. I'm feeling it. My natal moon's in Aries. So I'm like, zing, zing, zing. But, this 5 planets in Aquarius is really, we had all this energy in Capricorn, which was really like this very stable, earthed, cardinal sign, that's all about materialism and grounding and working with the earth, working with materiality. Now we moved into Aquarius, in the age of Aquarius. And Aquarius is an air, but it's like the ultimate air sign. It's like the air sign that kind of rules electricity and technology and psychic ability and intuition and vision and genius. And so if you're feeling kind of like activated, like zing, 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 you're not the only one. You're not the only one that's feeling that. And it's really like this, there's kind of a destabilizing energy that's kind of been happening. And, for like last week, I was just like feeling like zing, zing, zing. And I was like having all these crazy dreams and stuff. And then, I was having a hard time sleeping, and I was just tuning into kind of what's been going on with the planet and the consciousness of the planet. And then there was this insane windstorm where I live in Palm Springs. There was like this wild windstorm. And then at the same exact day that there was this wild windstorm across the planet at my friends in New Zealand. Like, it's like, this is there's winds of change that are happening. And Aquarius, its glyph is actually, wind or electricity. It's an air sign that, really is about, it's about the water bearer, but it's really about this energy from the heavens, from the electric, pulsing, powerful energy kind of coming down into the waters and coming down into earth. And so I think that's kind of what's been going on, is that we're probably all starting to, there's a destabilization that's happening through this kind of movement into Aquarius, right? And it's creating these winds of the new, this windstorm, and it's kind of creating this chaos that is kind of, transformation, entropy is really just the state of chaos, right? It's like the state of, where nothing is controlled, where everything is kind of all over the place, and we are, kind of unsure of what the path forward is, right? And I kind of feel like we're kind of being pulled in all different directions. And that's how I've been feeling. I've been feeling pulled in all different directions. I also feel like there's been like some kind of energy within me, like a spiritual grounding energy that kind of I lost for a minute, and I kind of became ungrounded and a little bit feeling like you're out of control, like you're just kind of like in this windstorm with all this change happening, right? And so, after all that kind of quieted down, I really like grounded and, started asking myself, how do I stabilize? How do I stabilize this energy? How do I stabilize this power? Because really, to be able to access the energy of Aquarius, we need to be able to tap it and then apply it, right? So we have to bring this psychic, powerful energy down into form, down into creative power, down into, and that means that we have to like be a conductor of it. And so, the question is, it's really funny because when I was kind of going into this kind of like destabilizing energy, I kept getting signs from the universe that I kept seeing the energy of Murphy's Law. I didn't even know what Murphy's Law meant, but like literally the universe was like Murphy's Law, Murphy's Law, Murphy's Law. And so I did a bunch of diving into Murphy's Law and what Murphy's Law means. And it's really like, it's really like this idea around nothing being able to be ultimately controlled, that like if we think we have something that we're doing and we think we have every fail safe possible, there's always something that'll go wrong. And really it's what Murphy's Law is that, ultimately we ultimately have absolutely no control over our reality. Like we are co-creating, we are of the flow, but we cannot seal it and make it do exactly as we please. What we can do to stabilize it is to be the conductor of the flow, but we are not the, we are not the exact, we with our human brains and our human doing, if we were to try to control that flow, we would make our lives and our reality so much smaller, right? And so trying to control every single little thing in our lives will only lead, because that's the energy we're putting into it, is this control, grasping energy. There's always going to be something wrong that comes out of it. So there has to be this kind of energy between the flow and the conducting, the conducting of the current. And that's really what we're talking about here with this Aquarian energy, is this, it's a current. There's this new current that is coming in that is this kind of transformative electrical current. And we're asking ourselves, okay, how do I conduct this energy? How do I co-create with it so that I'm not completely dominating it with my human doing as I should think I should be doing, but actually, actually just grounding it enough so that it can kind of come in like a lightning bolt and do its thing, but having a place and a space and a boundary within which it can come in and be conducted, right? Just like a conductor conducts a symphony. The conductor does not control every single person. They're just there to assist and guide and kind of and harness. It's really about harnessing the energy so that it's not completely all over the place, so that it can actually, so it just doesn't dissipate, right? So that it's actually collectivized and used and harnessed. So, I was really going into that energy yesterday and really going into what does it mean to stabilize? Because really, that's really what it comes down to with Murphy's Law. And then, Murphy's Law is connected to entropy, which is really the state of chaos and really a state of transformation. And so how do we remain grounded when we're in a state of transformation is really the question, right? How do we remain stable? How do we remain stable when we're in a state of transformation? And, so I really got quiet with myself last night and, what's happening for me in 2021 on a very deep level is that there's this deep and profound kind of cultivation of this internal universe, internal worth, internal flow, internal love that I am allowing myself to tap and remember. It's really allowing myself to remember that I am the universe, that I am God enacting herself, itself, right? And that all of the energy that is outside of me actually resides inside of me. And that it is my journey, my power, my gift to be able to tap that at any time. Because I think when we feel like we're out of control, we feel like things outside of us have control over us. People, situations, all kinds of stuff like that. We feel like things outside of us are controlling us, when really it's really, and I've really been thinking about this lately, as this kind of year of 2021 and this year of like really cultivating real boundaries and really cultivating real worth and what that really means. And how I realized that, in some deep ways, there's this kind of way that there's this part of me there's this chaotic part, this wild part that maybe not necessarily doesn't fully trust itself. And as this stabilization and the entropy and the stabilization and the conducting of this energy is really all about fundamentally opening up to this part of the self that you can fundamentally trust, realizing that there is nothing outside of the self, that it has power over you, and that you are part of everything, and therefore you have all power in all things. And so this is really what I've been realizing, and it's really been helping me, because I think that it's really part of becoming the creator of your own life, co-creating with this current, this universal current, and being able to conduct it side by side inside of it versus feeling like it's just being done to you, like you're a victim, like you don't know how to handle it. Because there's a lot of powerful psychic energy that's happening right now, a lot of transformative change. And if you're empathic or you're sensitive, I'm sure that you're feeling it. And so it can really destabilize you, and you're gonna be like, whoa, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know how to handle this. But if we can sit with ourselves quietly in a space at your altar with a candle and just quietly cultivate this, I call it the worth sphere, or the golden light within the self that is love, that is universal consciousness, that is faith, that is the part of yourself that is in spirit form, that exists inside of you, that is God, and begin to merge with that and allow that in, and to focus on that and to sit with that and to allow that consciousness to imbue every part of you. That, I have found, is the deepest, most fundamental stabilizing and grounding force. And it's really where I become one with this electrical current. I become the electrical current, and I become able to conduct it as at will. And it's really about finding the light within and being able to attune to it. And that's really, it's you know, as the systems of 2020 and pre-2020, the Capricornian energy of these things outside of us having this power have all been diminished. It's now about us cultivating our own inner power and realizing that there is nothing outside of us that has power over us. There is nothing outside of us that is taking our power. Everything comes from within, and it is really accessing the love, light, God, power, beauty, cosmic energy that exists within you, and being able to sit with that, stabilize into that, and remember that, you know, we are the creators, we are co-creating, we are conducting the flow, and we are not victims to it. So I hope this energy update helped you guys. I imagine you've been going through something similar, and my psychic friends are going through something similar. So I always check in with them, and they're always going through something similar. So I know I'm not totally off base here, and I hope this helped. And just remember, we're in this new world now, and it's up to us how we're going to arrive, how we're going to be in it, and you know, attuning to our intuition, allowing our deeper truth, our deeper feelings, our sense about things to be the guiding light, to attuning to that light and acting in accordance with that light is what will ultimately, you know, evolve our souls and bring about, you know, the deepest levels of worth and grace and beauty and power in our lifetimes for us as spiritual beings having a human experience. So I hope this helped, and I love you all so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.